Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Alaska, and I'm back, doing this again, because I messed up. You see, it was last week, I was in Hawaii for a vacation, and so I figured I'll just bring along everything I need, so I've brought my laptop, brought my hard drive, plenty of footage to record, well, plenty of footage that was recorded, and I had a whole plan. It's like I'll edit the night before, then I'll set it to upload while I'm out doing something. But did that happen? No. No, it didn't. Because the first episode was a Blood Bowl one, got half rendered. I didn't realize that it was up for a day. Thank you. And a shout out to my friend Tyler. Let me know. Then, the second time I tried to upload that video on Wednesday, it didn't have sound. That's kind of hard to fix when it's already up, so it'll stay up there. It'll live as, like, a shameful moment. But then there's the Darkest Dungeon episode. Pretty good. Audio's a little off, but what can you do? I mean, it shouldn't really matter too much. I think I might have, like, left a little bit in the beginning. But, nonetheless, I'm back here on Blood Bowl. Almost as kind of like an apology. I will create another team and try and re-explain what I tried to explain in that first episode, which was I plan to start recording a lot more and uploading a lot more. And with that in mind, we will now create another team to show my sincerest apologies. I was thinking about what I was going to make. I should maybe have, like, a running team, have some variety, because I usually am a bashier player. But you know what? I'll just do Orks. They're my favorite. I play them in Tabletop Warhammer. So you know what? Let's do them. And before the Norse was released, I actually wanted to make an Orc team, and I had their name and everything. So, the Alaskan Bull Orks. Like that. They're big and strong and average. Just like that. Going through here, I'm not quite sure what I want to use, because, hey look, I mean, it's a boar, which is close to a bull. We can say it's a bull. We'll go through the armors a little bit. White tiger, sounds good. Alright, the stadium, I don't know. We'll do, like, Mount McKinley. Make sure I didn't fudge up the spelling too bad. Besides maybe that. Because, I know that place. I've been there. I've, like, walked on the reservation. And I was thinking, what do I want to do with these orcs? So, I'll just go the super bashy team. Because, I mean, you can do some fancy things with, like, a troll and a goblin, where you can throw the troll, or throw the goblin. Throwing a troll would be hard. Oh, gosh. But you can throw the goblin, get a turn 1 touchdown. But that's never any bueno. We'll just go super bashy team, which is 4 blitzers, 4 black orcs, a thrower, and linemen. And essentially your job is to punch the enemy, and in doing so, you have fun. So, I mean, not sure if we should go. That's not the color. Why are you wrong color? You two. I hope that's just. We'll let it be, because I really don't want to backtrack. But we'll just pick up some orcs. Make sure they're all mean looking. I'm not quite sure if I want to name them yet. That's what I was kind of on the fence about. I guess I could, but it'd be a lot of names. Like, you could be Moose. Actually, I feel like the big animals should be my black orcs, because they mean business. So you can be Moose. And then we'll have Grizzly, Polar.
I've always been a fan of them.
And finally, what's another big animal up there? I guess I think the mountain goat should be our little runner. I guess you can be Sen, because you're bigger than regular moose. And then since we have that on our mind, we can have a runner be mountain goat. And we can have our blitzers be cities, like Anchorage, Barrow, Fairbanks. We can have it be June. I honestly don't remember how to spell it, so I feel really bad. So we'll just go Gnome. And with that, just fill it up with linemen. Probably buy a goblin at some point. They seem kind of right. And I don't know about this dude right here. Yeah, I've already committed so much into doing the bash. I'm not sure about these guys, but while on these guys, I think we'll go back over, the whole schedule I wanted to lay out, but never really happened because the audio was destroyed, so here it is. On Mondays, I was planning on doing a Blood Bowl MSN, Blood Bowl Sports Center. That's what it is. MSN is the homepage, but whatever.
I'm looking forward to
Where it's like over the day, or over the week, and some days, I just play nothing but Blood Bowl. I love this game. Absolutely love it. Have almost 100 hours on playtime. I have a couple large teams. But after that, I'd kind of just take highlights, because nobody wants to sit down and watch like an hour to an hour and a half of just me trying to commentate to save my life. So, Sports Center. Clips, highlights, whatever. Then on Tuesdays, for sure, Darkest Dungeon. It's a single-player game I absolutely love. Released by Red Hook. It's a small indie game. It's really good. Wednesdays I was taking as my day off. Maybe, further on, a long time in the future, I can actually release something there. But it gives me time to kind of, get some more footage. And then Thursdays, I will take as almost a second Darkest Dungeon day and or another single-player game that I happen to find that I love. So, Tuesdays and Thursdays, kind of like a single-player time, when I just upload some videos. And with Darkest Dungeon, 2 days is definitely needed. And right now, I'm just planning on 1 recording a day, keep it simple, don't do the super hardcore 3 recordings a day, every day of the week. Fridays, I'm hoping to get back in touch with a couple friends that we used to do, multiplayer stuff with. We had a tournament we always wanted to try upset, called the Duel of Tools. And essentially from that, we just, kind of sit around and, verse each other. We're all, casual gamers. None of us are really tryhards, except Muffiny. But so that'd be on Fridays. Then over the weekend, that'd be when I would focus on getting Blood Bowl footage. But then after that, it just keeps repeating and repeating. And as I get more comfortable with this job and how I can edit, I could go to 2 videos a day, or all 5 days of the week, or even sometimes on weekends for videos. But right now, I think what I have is a good setup, gives me focus, and I have deadlines to meet by setting a schedule. But that aside, we should talk a little bit about Blood Bowl. I'm not sure if there was any audio in that first video at all, but in Blood Bowl, the game is based on a grid. And all grids are squares, and I can't remember the exact size of the field, but it's pretty big. And so every unit has movement allowance, which is how many tiles it can move, either in diagonals or straightforward. It has a strength, which is used when calculating blocks or dice rolls. Agility, which is used when picking up a ball, dodging out of the way of a tackle zone, throwing a ball. So pretty much everything there. And then armor value is whenever you roll a couple of specific dice and your unit is knocked down, or you knock down another, from there, they they have to roll on an armor table. And what you do is you roll 2 dice, and then if the 2 dice exceed this number, the armor is broken. You then roll on the injury table. I don't know the specifics, but essentially you go through the injury table, and whatever the dice roll equals, that's how bad the injury is. And that's pretty much the basics. And as you level up players by getting them special player points or SPP, whether by scoring touchdowns, or injuring and or killing your opponent's unit, they can level up and roll on these tables. While I'm pretty sure orcs can't use mutations, they're usually pretty good, but also have a downside. But with that aside, I should probably actually figure out what to name our little orky guys here. Just our linemen. They'll just kind of like sit there, and it's like, oi, we just bash them up, just rah rah rah. It's actually kind of hard. I guess, because I have to have enough name, because you're going to have a lot of these guys. So what can I use? I guess I can use more cities, because I know North Pole, where I spent a lot of my time growing up, and yes, that is a real city. And then we'll have Valdez, which is a city by the coast. I've been there a couple times for like swimming and stuff, and it's relatively nice. And we have the full 11 members, which you need to actually, field a proper team. So, that's pretty good as it is. I mean, I could get another lineman, but he'd just sit on the side. I could get a goblin. I don't know how good he's going to be. So with that, we're just going to confirm these purchases, get these Alaskan bull orcs ready to go, and then we'll go to this, staff. The staff side is extra effects that you can use and come into play quite a bit. So you have your team rerolls, which will let you reroll any dice you throw. Any. But you can only use the number allotted per half, and you can only use once a turn. So they're pretty good. I think we'll just pick up 2, because I don't really see why not. But, and then we really after that can't afford anything else, because, this we'll need eventually, but it's a new team, it's just starting. So we don't have to worry about it too much. Cheerleaders, they're alright. I don't necessarily use them. Same with the coaching assistant. Actually, I might pick up these guys, simply because brilliant coaching lets you get another reroll. Offensive, personal trainers and coaching your players, blah 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 blah. Brilliant coaching. Yeah, I think we'll do brilliant coaching. Just because I have no need for this. In Fan Factory, you win just by winning games. I guess we'll go 2 of these guys and 1 Fan Factor. And then, there you have it. We have the Alaskan Bull Orks. The bashiest team of them all. And they did get their white armor. Nice. And then after that, I'll just go through the other 4 teams that I have that will be seen throughout all time. Like we have the Definators, which is a typical Chaos team, Minotaur, the 4 Max Chaos Warriors, and then just a couple Beastmen. They're one of my higher level teams, so I think we'll have like a highlight, not like weed, but yeah, where it'll be either the Definators and their brutal, like, crushing of a team, or my lovely Dwarfy Beards, which is honestly my favorite team, even though people don't like the dwarfs. But whatever. And these guys, pretty typical layout. I even have, like, this team is so high, I have an extra player, which is the Death Roller. So I have kitted out my stadium to accommodate him. So if we ever play on the Beardy Salon, we get a bribe, which is used because at the end of each pitch or run, like whether it be a touchdown or halftime, he is automatically sent off, no questions asked. But I can use a bribe to kind of bring him back, which is nice because when you have such a deadly weapon like he is, you definitely want him back. Then we have our lower level teams, along with the Alaskan Bulwarks. We have Death's personal team, which is a team of Bretonians. They're like your high and mighty heroes of the land and all that stuff, but I have them at, like, almost looking like they're the bad guys. But they're a very elite team. They have no big guys. They're all really good at running and blocking and making moves and all that stuff, but they really, really rely on their blitzers, because just look at their individual abilities. They have block, negates one half of the dies. They have catch, so they can throw to each other, and they have dauntless, which is really good when it comes to like taking down big guys. They also have their blockers, which they block. They have wrestle, which again negates a whole die. And then they just have their linemen, which are the peasants. So you have them. Then you have the Alaskan Rangers. These are the guys I made in the last video, but again, I didn't record any of the audio. I mean, it's probably somewhere, and I'll fix it at some point. But right now, I just need to get these guys public. So they have a Yeti. They have a couple Wolf Runners, which, I mean, they're your typical Strength 4 units. I mean, so they have low agility and lower armor. But that's really not the matter. Then you have your Berserkers, who are there to kind of just take out big guys and just be a general nuisance. You have your typical runner. Then, almost like in human fashion, they have a bunch of linemen, but they're nice because they have block, which is a fantastic ability to have right off the bat. And most of them have your typical staff arrangements, and as you get higher and higher up, you tend to get more and more rerolls, which is definitely necessary. Like, really necessary. Like, I have 5 here. I mean, I should be getting, like, different ones, but oh well. But with that, I'd like to thank you for being patient with me for remaking this episode and everything. But I've been Mr. Alaska, and I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.